What's up, everybody? And today we're reacting to a bit of news that came out on the 4th of March. So, you know, about 10 days ago. US Green Berets will permanently deploy to Taiwan. This is Straight Arrow News. I will leave a link down below to the description. If you go over there to their channel, they have links in their description to, to like the full story and all that stuff. This is only a 3-minute and 9-second video, so I want to just give my thoughts on it. Obviously, I don't really do as many kind of current event stuff as I used to do. And so I just want to watch this, give my thoughts on it, you know, give you guys a bit of, you know, information from someone who was in the military and thoughts on kind of current events. I think it's important to just kind of touch on these things every now and again, because this is actually a really big one. So yeah, let's watch it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Helps with that mysterious YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to go over to this channel and give it a watch if you want to watch it without me waffling over the top of it, okay? Straight Our Nose.
A handful of U.S. special...
Let me turn this up and start it again. I've never seen this news channel before. I don't know much about them. Hopefully they're a credible source.
6 miles. A handful of U.S. Special Forces soldiers will be stationed just 6 miles from mainland China. The United Daily News in Taiwan is reporting U.S. Army Green Berets will deploy to a couple of amphibious camps, acting as consultants to further train Taiwan's own special forces.
Okay, so let's just pause it there and let's have a think about it. So we know that there's been training on with Taiwan's special forces. We know that there's been training going on in Taiwan in general. This is just, it kind of adds another layer on top of the tensions that are around right now. We know that Finland has joined the EU, joined NATO, and there's a massive training operation right now in Finland. And because of that, Putin's put a bunch of forces up to the border. The tension's rising there, and it just seems like everyone's kind of just approaching each other a little bit. It's a few more steps closer to each other. Things are just getting a little bit more tense. I mean, I'm hoping for a de-escalation of some sort, and everyone just chilling the hell out for a little bit. Let's see what else they've got to say.
The self-governing main island of Taiwan is about 100 miles from mainland China, but it also controls Penghu, about 30 miles to the west, and Kinmen, which is just 6 miles from China, well within range of any number of weapons like missiles and artillery. Special operators from the U.S. military have been helping train Taiwan's military for some time now, in anticipation of a potential invasion from China.
That's crazy how close it is. 6 miles is nothing. It's nothing. That's mental.
Which sees Taiwan as a break-off region to be reunited by force if necessary. But in those previous...
I've never understood that. I've never, ever understood that. When a country wants to be separate and you're forcing them to be a part of your country, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. It's just power-hungry people. That's all it is. These people obviously don't want to be a part... You can go, there's been many examples of this. Ukraine with Russia. Putin's like, we want Ukraine. It's supposed to be part of Russia. Everyone in Ukraine's like, no, we don't want it. The Falklands Islands. Argentina were like, we want the Falklands Islands. Everyone in the Falklands was like, no, we are British citizens. Don't come near us. Like, I don't understand why they think this type of stuff is okay.
Trainings, U.S. forces were more or less visiting. 2023's National Defense Authorization Act set aside funds, though, under the Special Operations Forces Liaison element to station troops at Kinmen and Penghu permanently. Since last year, a large portion of the training focused on teaching Taiwan's special operators how to use the Black Hornet Nano, a
Yo, that's a really cool drone.
micro UAV designed to help special forces gather intelligence.
I have never seen one of them before. That is absolutely sick. Like, it doesn't look like a traditional drone. That is really, really interesting.
I reported on Black Nanos before when the U.S. sent some over to Ukraine. You can find that story at san.com.
Whoa.
The Director of Defense Strategy and Resources at Taiwan's Institute for National Defense and Security Research told reporters the Green Berets are a defensive type of special forces and are being employed to help counteract enemy infiltration.
Yeah, I just want to preface this as someone who has a green beret. Obviously, this is a British one, though. These are special. These are not just infantrymen. These are special forces that are being deployed to this place, 6 miles off the coast of China. Like, just think about that for a second. American special forces. And yes, they did say that they are, what was his quote exactly? He said, defense specialists. And I get that. I get that because the worry is that China is encroaching and if they were going to take Taiwan, they would take that island first, that small 6-mile island first, right? That is an obvious thing that they would do. Unless they do the unobvious and just go straight for mainland, which is also another thing. But it just makes sense that the island closest to them is probably going to notice anything or see anything first, right? And so having American special forces there, if the US government turns around and says they're there permanently, that means if China do invade, then they're going to kill American soldiers, even if they don't think that they're there. They don't know whether they're there, but all they do know is that America said they're going to be there permanently. And so it puts up a barrier of, if you kill anyone in this area, there could be American soldiers, and that is a big no-no. We will send out troops. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not only is it like having lads there training them's already a massive boost for people of Taiwan, it's also a big pushback for any encroachment from China.
On the whole, U.S. forces are on track for a busy year in the Pacific. Contact! The United States and Thailand are continuing their 43-year tradition of co-sponsored military training events, with Cobra Gold currently underway. It's the largest joint exercise in mainland Asia and the longest-running international exercise in the world.
Interesting.
30 partner nations, including Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Japan.
I've not heard anything about this before. I don't know anything about this, which is very interesting considering I was in the Royal Marines Commandos.
And South Korea have troops at this year's Cobra Gold.
Did
South
not know
Korea
that.
is also hosting U.S. troops for its Freedom Shield exercises. The 11-day event is designed to help prepare South Korean troops in the event North Korea launches a nuclear weapon. A lot of the drill involves...
That's very interesting. I didn't know anything about that either. There's one military I never worked with that I would have loved to have worked with was South Koreans. I would have loved to have done that.
...work in the cyber domain, but some field exercises are also expected. And U.S. Marines are getting plenty of field exercise in Okinawa. Marines and ground soldiers from Japan's Self-Defense Force are practicing island defense and island recapture for this year's Iron Fist exercise.
So there's a lot of exercises going on right now. Like there's a lot of them going on right now. And obviously some of these are yearly ones anyway, but especially when you hear about the one with Finland and stuff, like it just seems like everyone's really just prepping because tensions are so high right now. It feels like everyone's just getting ready for anything, aren't they?
The force-on-force simulation pits the allies against each other in various jungle combat scenarios, skills which will need to be sharp if China does indeed decide to try and take Taiwan by force.
Yeah, it's high tensions, it's worries. It just seems like nothing's slowing down right now, does it? Every 2 seconds you look online and there's a new article about Putin talking about nuclear, or North Korea talking about nuclear war. China's been very silent recently, which is very bizarre. But it just feels like tensions aren't slowing down, and it's really worrying, to be quite honest with you. Let's just hope it does de-escalate, and let's hope that things do calm down, and that starts with Russia chilling the hell out in Ukraine. It really does. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Again, if you want to watch this video and look at all the... it says, straight arrow news, unbiased, straight facts. If you want to go over there, check out their website and stuff, you can certainly do that. There'll be a link down below in the description, okay? Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. I will see you next week. Love you all. Goodbye.